What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. To focus in on the Pittsburgh Penguins making some, decisions today, unofficially saying they won't re-sign LaPierre, Max LaPierre, Christian Ehrhoff, or Paul Martin. Really shouldn't be surprising any of the three. I think especially in Martin and Ehrhoff's case, they have young defensemen they're confident in, and they want to give them, a chance to compete for a roster spot. And I think that's fair to both sides. And you look at, let's start with the defense. All right, so you take Ehrhoff and Martin out of the equation. You got Letang, Scuderi, and you know how much I hate that contract. And all due respect to Scuderi, the fact he's on the books for over $3 million in the next 2 seasons is ridiculous. Lovejoy, who they kind of got fleeced in that deal. We're not gonna go there. Olli Mata, we'll see what it. But much like Letang, the health scares. And then Pouliot, Dumoulin, and Harrington, and then Ian Cole. Those are 7, decent defensemen. I can live with those as my 7 defensemen if I'm if I'm the Penguins. And they have $11 million in cap space. Meaning, what are they going to go out and do? Well, you got to address the wing position. Supposedly, they're going to go after Pittsburgh native Brandon Saad. Saad on a line with Crosby or Gino, yeah, I would enjoy watching that as a Brandon Saad fan. I've been one of Brandon Saad's biggest fans since he was with the U.S. development team, and I saw him play back in 2009, so boom. But, you look at the Penguin situation, they're not moving Gino, and I know that rumor is going to float all offseason, but they're not moving one of the best players in the world. I really think Pittsburgh's in a situation where they can reload and go at it. You look at a line next year of Sid with Saad and Perron. That's a good line, or swap, or even Gino, Saad, and Hornquist as a top line. And then Sid, Hornquist, or Sid, Kunis, and Perron is your second line. And then, Dupuis still in there, Sutter's in there, Spelling's in that mix. I think the bottom 6 guys they can replace pretty easily. LaPierre, Downey, Craig Adams, Como, Winnick. I think that ideally like to keep Winnick if he's willing to take short money, but, that's neither here nor there. Those guys, you got young forwards in the organization like a Kapanen, that can. I'm not saying what's Kapanen 18, he'll be 19 next season. He's ready for big time ice time just yet, but you really can't go wrong. Giving a kid like that a look. I think that they'll target the scrap heap, if you will. Maybe like a Gregory Campbell type, Danny Paille type. Just going with the Boston Bruins. Maybe like Jarrett Stoll. And I think those possibilities are there. And I think that they can, kind of retool this team and be back to contending next year. The loss of the New York Rangers this year, that series, you can't blame Flower for. That's really the only time in his career where the team's been, slapped around in the playoffs, where it's like, it's not Fleury's fault. And that's just the reality. If you're going to blame Flower on that, you're an idiot. You're lazy and a moron. So, but I think the Penguins have the ability to really get back to being a legitimate threat in the East. Tampa's not going anywhere. A lot of teams are going to be better, whether it's Buffalo or Florida, whoever. They're going to make improvements, but I think the Rangers have an upcoming salary cap hell, and I think for all the bullshit in Pittsburgh, they've been able to give themselves some flexibility. They have $11 million. They got to retool the bottom 6. And, they get decent young defense prospects. And, Sherrill's thing for a number of years was, let's draft a shitload of defensemen. And they passed on guys like Teravainen, like Forsberg, like Brandon Saad, to add players, or, defensemen like Pouliot, who I'm a fan of, by the way, and Mata, who I think I'm also a fan of. We'll see how it all works out. But I think, all those years of drafting defensemen, okay, now it's going to pay off. Now we have the flexibility to go out, get ourselves, a legitimate wing to play with Sid and Gino, which that always seems to be a storyline with Pittsburgh. Are they going to get a, this is 2012, they're talking about Parisi and Rick Nash, or Rick Nash, really couldn't afford both of them. Hossa, would he have stayed in 2008? Shit like that. That always seems to come up, and it's definitely Interesting. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's like an episode of the Power Play with CJ on the Pittsburgh Penguins situation going into the offseason. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the playoffs and beyond. There you guys.